Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today I just got, which I'm so excited, but I just got the palette in of the BT21 from Colourpop. I just got it in. I've been waiting on it all day. I bought it all, the palette, the Super Shocks, and the lip glosses, or lip lux oils. I'm wearing the lip lux oil. Why would they do that on my lips now? In the shade, I put the shade BFFS on. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it kind of feels like an oil, but a gloss, but it's got pigment, but it's not like the Dior oil or the Sigma oil. Like, it's not like that. It's thinner, but it's there. It almost feels to me like a lip stain. That's the texture I'm kind of getting. And when it wears off, it does leave a tint. At least this particular shade does, because I've been wearing it pretty much all day. So I'm not really for sure on how I feel about them right yet. But as far as the palette goes, this is what the palette looks like. And I do think it's very pretty. This is the look we're going to create. As you can see, I started and then I didn't hit film, so I stopped and kind of wiped it off as best I could so that we can do it again, because you know I am a goofball and apparently don't pay attention, which I don't pay attention, so that is true. But let's go ahead and get started. The shade I'm going to go into first is Hoodie, and it's a yellow color, and it does have some, I guess, like micro glitter, micro flecks in it, little sparkle things. But I will say that I didn't get like any fallout with them or anything. Like, it blended fine. I think they put those in there so that the color maybe blends better or something. There's a reason why they say they do it, and I don't have any issues with it. The only thing I could think for the issue is if you did have fallout with those little sparkle things, or if you wanted that to be like a shimmer shade maybe, or if you thought that was a shimmer shade. That would be the only thing, because honestly I don't really see anything to it, to be honest with you. But I've been playing with a lot of colors lately. I mean, well, yes and no. I've been definitely, I've tested a couple of yellows, because I played with the Viseart palette, then I played with a Tarte palette that had yellow, and then I played with something else that had a yellow. And I was curious, like, I'm curious on yellows, because sometimes they don't always turn out the way you think they're going to turn out. But out of all of them, really, the Viseart had the best as far as like yellow. But this one's a pretty good yellow. It really is. It's a pretty good yellow. I'm not going to deny that. I was very pleased with it. So that's a color they did well. And I kind of just laid that down like that. Then I went into the shade Prankster, and it's an orange. And I just put it right under the yellow. More so following, I guess, the orbital bone is how I laid this one down. And I will say these colors blended nicely. And they built on top of each other nicely too. I mean, I know people say they have, like, I've heard some people say it's like hit or miss with Colourpop. And either I've been really, really lucky and not purchased the palettes that people talk about that are bad, or I just don't think that they are hit or miss, because all the palettes that I've purchased and that I've used, I've not had no issues with as of yet. But I will say that honestly, the ones that people do say that are hit and miss, I didn't purchase. So I think I just may have gotten lucky. But like I said, as far as I can talk about them, I've not had any issues from a beginner standpoint also. So, they may be looking for these pigmented great eyeshadows, being makeup artist or something, where I just want an eyeshadow that will work. But I've not had any issues out of them. But as of lately, really all I've been buying are the collab palettes they've been launching, and then the bigger palettes. So now I did buy the astrology palettes. I did buy those. I haven't used them. That's what I mean when I say and I've used them. It's a waste. I know. I'm going to use them though. I am. At some point, I'm gonna sit down and use them. Because I think they're for Panda, and I think they'd be cute to use. And to have on hand, Alright. So, after I did that, I think I got that pretty even. Did I? I'm comparing both eyes here. And it is hard for me to do any kind of these looks because I have hooded eyes, so you ain't gonna see half this stuff anyway, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go into the shade Off the Wall. Now, looking at this, it looks, again, it's got those shimmer shades in it, but I thought it was a red. It looks red to me, right? And it's more like a, I don't know what shade you would call this. More like a pinky red. Because it's not red. And it's not pink either. Raspberry? Would that be right, maybe? Like a raspberry red? Raspberry is kind of what I'm thinking of right now. Watermelon, no. Maybe like a watermelon color. I don't know. It's not red though. Let's put it like that. It's not a red. But nonetheless, it is pretty against these colors. I still give it that. It's still very pretty against these colors. And I did build it up a little bit. Again, it's got this shimmer in it, or the microfleck, whatever that is, it has it in it. See? I knew better. I knew I should have, but I just had to. I'll fix that in a minute. Okay. Then I took the shade Sleepyhead, which is a purple. It's almost like a pastel or purple, yeah, like a light purple lavender shade. And I ran it on the lower lash line. Then I took the shade Curious Soul, and it's like a periwinkle blue. And I ran it on right up against the lashes. What I was trying to do was get more of a purple shade down here. And the purple that is in the mat in here is like a satin purple. So I really didn't want to run that on the lower lash line. I could have, but I just thought this would probably be the better bet. And I think it turned out okay in the end, even though it wasn't what I initially wanted. But as long as it turns out okay in the end, I'm okay. And I will let you know ahead of time. You can probably guess, because I'm doing a colorful look like this, I'm going to Walmart. And I just love this about this. I don't know how every time this can possibly happen, but it does. Every time. I'm going back into that lilac purple shade and just going to run it right along that color because I don't want to lose that purple shade. Okay. Yeah. Alright, then I went in with the one of the Super Shocks. I used the one called Just Like Sunshine. And it is so cute. It's got like a little horsey on it. I guess that's a horse. I hope it's a horse. I mean, what other animal could it be? Well, it could be a couple of other animals. Anyway, it looks like this. And it's so pretty. But I gotta admit, I do like Super Shock shadows. I do. And I'm just going to place that all over the lid. And I'm just going to pat it on. I don't necessarily know if, like, this goes with this look, to be honest. But at the same time, I don't really care. I think it turned out okay in the end. Like, maybe the color choice isn't good, but I like it. And since I'm the one that has to wear it, you know. Plus, it's just about having fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think this Super Shock would be beautiful with just a crease color. Like my bronzer color. And then this. I mean, 9 out of 10, that's, or use mattes, any, you know, from Tarte or whatever, like I've said before. Perfect. Okay, and then for inner corner, I did go back into the palette for that one. I think I'm going to touch that eye up. But let's do the inner corner first. I went into the shade Wisecracker. And I just put that on my inner corner here. I really kind of like the look I came up with, to be honest with you. Okay, I'm going to go back into that orange shade. And make sure we don't lose it over that red. I did do a lot of back and forth, to be honest with you. Which is kind of what happens when you do color. From my understanding. But it could be wrong because I'm not a makeup artist. But just watching other people do makeup, I see them going back and forth a lot, so it kind of is a normal thing, I suppose. And I do see why. Because no matter what, you could accidentally brush it away or something, you know, not meaning to. Even though I will say these shades, like I said, they work blended well into each other. And I think I can see, like, the difference in each eye, like, from one color to the next. I think. I mean, I guess I could be wrong. But, like, I think I can. Maybe I need to got that. Okay. Then I'm gonna go back into that first shade, that yellow shade, and just make sure it's still there. I do like the yellow shade, to be honest with you. It's more like a lemon yellow than like yellow, but, or maybe even more of a gold yellow. I don't know. Regardless, I do really enjoy the shade. I think it's a very pretty shade. I mean, all in all, if you were wanting this collection, I think it's great. I think it's a twist on a rainbow palette with all different varieties of shadows in it. Mattes, super shocks, satins and stuff. And then you got super shock singles. Like, I don't necessarily think you don't need all those super shock singles. Maybe just whatever your, you know, color preference is. But as far as the palette goes, I think it worked beautifully. Let me go ahead and curl this lash. Just using my Refer curling eye curler. Also, I used a full face of Colourpop too. And let me tell you, I knew I had the products for it, but I didn't know where I had them. I will say that too, but I'll show you in a minute. Because I forgot about Colourpop, to be honest, when it comes to this stuff. This is Bite Beauty mascara. Let's poke myself in the eye a couple times. We know that's going to happen, alright? I've got to mess up on something, so it's definitely going to be mascara. Although I mess up on a lot of other stuff too, but we all know mascara is definitely going to be one of those things I mess up on. Ow. Not my luck. Although today's better than yesterday, Monday. But that doesn't say much, does it? Alright. Now that I got that on my top lashes, let's go ahead and put on the bottom lashes the Lancome. Oh, hold up. Here it is. The Lancome Depth and Sills is one we'll put on the bottom lashes, but hold up here. Did that fall out? I think I do. Uh-oh. Okay, so I think I may be getting a little bit of fallout from something. Could be those shimmer shades, maybe. Can't tell. Great. Alright. Okay. Bottom lashes look pretty much the same. Okay, so let's do a rundown, then I'll clean it up, and then we're done. Alright, let me show you this again. This is the BFF Lip Lux oil. And you see, it does have pigment. It has a shine. It don't last long on the lips, because here's the thing, I put this on right before I hit film, actually film, so 21 minutes ago, and it was already kind of like sunk into my lips, right? I will say it really doesn't go up though. It holds its own. I don't have a lip liner on. It kind of stays in my lip lines, to be honest with you. That's different because that's an oil. Now that's interesting to me. Okay. So the lasting time on this is not long as far as like the oil part, like the texture part, the you know what I'm talking about. I can't think of the word. But the color lasts, even though I was talking and all. I don't mind them. But not for the, like, not for the oil, like the nourishing part and stuff, not for that. I don't mind them as a lip product. Like a lip stain almost. But yeah, I don't mind them. But I don't mind them in the sense of not what they're recommended for. You know what I mean? Like, as an oil, heck no, they suck. Okay? But just as a lip product, I don't mind it. At least not this color. Then the... What else did I do? Okay, the Super Shock, you saw all that. Okay, what else? Okay. Oh, I used the primer in Pretty Fresh. What is this? Pretty Fresh primer? Hyaluronic hydrating primer. This one here. I use this for my primer. And then I found my Pretty Fresh hyaluronic acid tinted moisturizer. This is in light 8N. I'll say it's a little light for me. I think I'd like to go up a couple and maybe even try warm and get a neutral, but try a warm shade. See if it matches better. I did make it work, but I do think I need a better shade. For the concealer, I went in with the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer in the shade. Right. Where's the shade? Well, now I'm light 40N. That's the concealer I'm wearing. And then I use my hyaluronic spray. I use Colourpop At First Blush Super Shock Cheek for my blush. I like these, but I will say it's brought texture to life, and I have never noticed that before. Like, not as bad with any other blush as I have with this. So that could be a good and a bad thing. But maybe if I used a different primer and maybe set it before I put that on, like maybe it could like blur the pores, and then if I put that on it wouldn't really like show the texture maybe. I don't know. It's the first time I used it. But I love the Super Shock formula, so I just assumed that it'd look okay, but maybe not. But then for bronzer, I use the Bankroll from their what was this from? Their Done Undone or something collection. I forget which one it was. But that's the bronzer. So really, other than the powder, which I use Charlotte Tilbury, and my Dior to set. I use Charlotte under the eyes and Dior to set. And then, of course, the mascara's not. Everything else is Colourpop on my face. And I will say, like, as far as drugstore and drugstore price, I don't know why you wouldn't go with Colourpop. And honestly, I had forgotten about this, and this looks really good on my skin. I mean, really good. And that is kind of surprising to me, because there are other ones I didn't like. I know I didn't like it. But this, for some reason, I'm liking. And that is confusing me, because I don't remember liking it the way that I like it now. That's interesting. But that is all I have for you today. I think I talked enough. I think I got everything out there. So, again, I don't know the collab people behind this, but regardless of that, so if you like the collab people, I mean, obviously you definitely may want to get this just for that reason alone. But if you're looking at it from a like a makeup perspective and what you want in your collection or what you don't have in your collection, I like everything. So it's just really color preference from there. I don't think you need all the Super Shock shadows, you know, and the palette, yes. The Lip Lux oils, if you can buy them singly, maybe just get one. So far, I've only tried the BFFS. I do think I'm going to like this one here, the Mighty Squad. But I don't think I want to use this one very often. The Across the Galaxy. It's more gold. So I think I will use this one. And so far, I have used this one. I like this one a lot. So maybe I'll like them all. But I don't know yet, because I just now got it. But that is all I have for you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all, that way you're notified when I do upload. Upload every day but Sunday. Oh, waterline, I used... what is that word? Kicker. Colourpop Kicker. In my waterline. Man, I really did try to go a whole face of Colourpop, didn't I? Interesting. Okay, that is all I have for you. I'll see you in my next one. And until then, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.